Hi everyone, welcome back to World of Tanks with Stewie JP. I'm Stewie JP and this is the Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger. It's a Tier 8 German tank destroyer. One of, I think, everybody's favourite tank destroyers. It's a very popular tank destroyer, and that's for a very good reason. It's got a very good gun. The stock gun on this tank, the stock gun on the Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger is, in my opinion, the best gun. There's only one other gun you can get, which is the 15cm gun, the 150mm gun, but the stock gun is a 125mm gun, which does 246 mils of penetration with the standard ammunition, 311 with gold, and does 490 damage. The 150mm gun does about 700 damage from memory, but the penetration is significantly lower, load time is slower, and the aim time is slower. So in my opinion, for a sniping tank, this has got a really good tight aiming circle. It loads quicker and you'll penetrate more shots. So in my opinion, you'll do a lot more damage using the stock gun in this tank. It also has an excellent camouflage rating. You can really, if you're hiding in a bush and you've got a camo net and your crew are trained in camo, no one's going to see you unless you're firing. Even with the latest nerfs to tank destroyer camouflage ratings, you can still get shot. You can still remain undetected unless you fire a shot. Of course, if you fire a shot, you've just got to make sure you've got somewhere that you can hide. Now in this game, I'm a Tier 8 and it's a Tier 10 match. So I'm definitely not going to be playing aggressive. You can see that on the bottom of the screen I've forgotten to load an automatic fire extinguisher or a toolkit. That's because I was playing around with some settings in my garage and I simply forgot to load them. But being a low tier tank in a high tier game, which a lot of people get a little bit angry about when they're playing, when they're bottom tier, you do get a big bonus to your experience earned, which you'll see at the end of this game. But even so, most of these tier 10 tanks could kill me with one shot or maybe two with the auto loaders, so I really don't want to be playing too much of an aggressive game. So I've decided to go on the southwest flank, play a bit of a camping game. It's not that much of a camping game in the end, but just need to take advantage of my camouflage and find a good spot. So I haven't found a bad spot here. I'm looking at my allies on my right, the Object 430. He hasn't taken any damage, so I'm tipping that he hasn't been spotted. And I've also got a few in the centre of the map doing a little bit of spotting and taking some fire, but hopefully they're going to light some tanks up for me. So I cheat a bit here and I use the auto aim on that Batchat. The Batchat's just simply too fast. Looking out into the centre of the map, can be very hard to land a shot when you're firing from this side into the centre, but there's nothing lit up ahead. Our sixth sense isn't going off, so nobody knows we're here, so I may as well pop a few shots. Now during this game, the mod pack that I've got shows the amount of damage I've done at the top of the screen, but that only shows the damage that I see getting done, and you'll see at the end of the game I actually end up doing a fair bit more damage than what it says on my hits log up the top. So I can see the Object 430 still hasn't taken any damage, so I'm tipping he's not spotted there, so it's safe for me to come up to this bush, use my camouflage net and try and take some shots into the centre. Put 500 damage into that T62A. It's a very dangerous tank, the T62A. They're very quick, they've got a good gun and they're quite bouncy. But even though I'm a Tier 8 and he's a Tier 10, I can still whack some damage into him. Big juicy low to shoot at. It doesn't matter where I shoot the low with this gun, I'm going to penetrate. And because I'm a good camouflage and that Object 430 is lighting him up, I haven't been spotted until this mouse comes along and he's starting to turn his gun to me. So I try and get one shot into him, which bounces. It is a mouse after all, and it costs me 500 health. So I can see he's pointing his gun the other way, so I have another crack. This probably wouldn't have been a bad time to load gold because the mouse is one of the hardest tanks to penetrate. but now he's not spotted, and my object friend has gone into the centre. He's not spotting for me anymore, so I need to get into a bush and try to camo up and see what's ahead. We know the mouse is up there. I'd be very surprised if he was on his own. So I wait for my binoculars and my camo to kick in, and there he is. Rather than shoot him, I request fire at him, because that way he can't see me. And in the end, the temptation was just too good. Now he's aiming his gun for me again, so I back off. It looks like he's shot at somebody else. Now I try to light him up again. I don't need to. The ISU 152 took a blind shot and it worked. So we know the mouse is gone. We know those mediums are up around the railway tracks and in the centre of the map, and probably up on the hill. So it's only the tank destroyers that we haven't spotted yet, and the AMX-50B, who could be anywhere. But he was last seen at the railway track. So we move up, and the Object 430, who was on 80% health, just gets demolished down to 40%. And that T110E5, he's still on full health, but again, not for long. So in order to avoid getting killed, as I said, a lot of these tanks can kill me very easily in the state I'm in. I'll sit in this bush, camo up, and try and put some side shots into these medium tanks that are in the centre of the map. STB looks like a great target, but I bounce him. Again, my sixth sense isn't going off, so I think it's safe to stay where I am. And a 50B was just spotted in those bushes, so I whack a shot in there, hoping to do some damage. The 50B, AMX-50B, the French Tier 10 heavy tank, even though it's got a whopping gun, its armour isn't much better than ours. Anyone can penetrate him, so he'll be taking advantage of his camouflage bonus. Now I can see the T110E5 to my right is down to 9% health, and the Object 430 is on 45, so he feels a bit brave and pokes a little bit forward, but we still don't know who else is up ahead. Again, I'd be very surprised if that AMX 50B is on his own. So we take advantage of our camo, as I said, and we just wait while that Object 430 goes ahead and hopefully lights somebody up. We can't afford to go ahead. There's the T62A again, who can be a very dangerous tank, but because of our camouflage, he hasn't seen us. The sixth sense has not gone off. At this stage, the score's even at 5-all, but that Object 430 is about to get killed by someone. So looking forward, we know there's someone down there. We know there's the AMX-50B, but a Batchat has just killed that Object 430. So the last thing we want to be doing is taking on a Batchat in our slow tank compared to the Batchat. The last thing we want to be doing is taking a Batchat on. Between the three of us, we take out not only that AMX-50B but also the T62. And there's a nice juicy Tier 9 Jag Tiger, which is another good tank destroyer with not bad armour, but even though we're a Tier 8, our juicy Tier 10 gun can put a bit of damage into him. So I have another blind shot near where the Jag Tiger was last spotted. Looking at the map, I know the mediums and heavies are on the other side, running around near the railway lines. I think it's safe to move forward. The T110E5 is a one-shot kill, but then again, so am I. So it's time to take a punt, get up to one of these bushes, take advantage of our camouflage again and binoculars, take a good look around and see if there's anyone else hiding in the bushes apart from that Jag Tiger. See, there's nobody really in view. I know the T110E5 isn't going to move any further forward unless he absolutely has to. Our mediums and heavies are doing a good job on the other side of the map, but the score's still even. We haven't won this game yet, so 7 apiece. There's 8 enemy tanks on 8 tanks on each side. I look around to see who's with me, and I can see that he's nearly dead, so I've got to be very cautious because they could kill the two of us with 2 shots. So I'm looking to my right for that Jagdtiger. We've lost our IS-7 just now, which is one of our strongest tanks. Looking for the Jagdtiger, and up pops dirty old Artie, so don't take a risk. Auto aim, bang, gone. And that's our second kill for the game. But I know that the Jagdtiger now knows where I am, as does the rest of the enemy team. So I'm frantically trying to find this Jagdtiger. I can't see the Batchat. I'm looking for him, but I can't see him. There's also the STB up there, but they're just playing peekaboo up on top of the thing. One shot into the Jagdtiger, takes him out. I'm pretty sure I hit him towards the back of his vehicle, which is a reasonably easy place to penetrate when I've got his side. And I'm now looking for any more campers, but when I look to see who's left on the enemy team, there's a Waffenträger Alf E100 who hasn't been spotted in this game. The rest of them are running around the railway tracks and the hill. Those tanks, the 2 Batchats, the STB and the 121, they're all good players going by their stats. Not to say the Waffenträger E100 isn't a bad player, but the tanks that I'm with could easily be surrounded, outflanked, and taken out by any one of these tanks. So looking around, I think, well, the Waffenträger's probably not here. So it's still a close game, 11-10. One of our tanks is artillery, who hasn't got any kills. It's not to say he hasn't done much damage, but I'm starting to think all of our other tanks are up on the railway line. I may as well jump on the cap. Artillery agrees with me. I've worked out that the Waffenträger Alf E100 isn't around here. So I moved to this part of the circle here, knowing that the last place those mediums and heavies were spotted were around the railway line. I'm thinking if they do come, they'll come over this little gap here that I'm zooming in on now. So I'll sit here, hopefully those bushes will help with my camouflage, so if they do come over they don't see me until I've put a shot into them. I have no idea what their health is like. I don't know if one shot from me would be enough to kill them, so I just decided to sit here and wait. The 121, our 121 agrees with me, and we're just waiting to see, try to put a bit of pressure on them to come back to where we are. It looks like they're starting to, but we were wrong about where they were going to come from. They've come from the other way. I've used auto aim on this bloke because I can't see him. I've just fired a shot, but we've just about capped out. And you can see I've done 3,500 damage on our damage log. But again, I take another shot here. Bounces, which says a lot about the 121's armour. So as you can see here, I've got my mastery badge with a whopping 6,000 experience. 6,000 experience earned. There was a double, my daily double, but also a double for doing the top damage. And you look on there, I've done 4,071 damage, 1,345 experience. So a lot of that, yes, I did a lot of damage, but it's also because I was bottom tier. And unusually for this tank, I made 46,000 as a bottom line. And look at the damage due to the player's assistance. 3,306 damage due to my spotting. That's me spotting for my other big tier 10 teammates who put 3,306 damage into the enemy tanks due to my spotting. So that means I get the amount of experience for half that. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this game with the Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger, the tier 8. It's one of my favourite tanks. I've recently got the tier 9, so I hope to do some gameplay on that one day. So if you do enjoy this review, please consider subscribing, making some comments, liking or sharing. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope to see you again soon. Take care and bye for now.